Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into something really cool thanks to one of you sending in details about this amazing view from Mars.
Yeah, it's quite something. We've got the scoop on an image from the Perseverance rover taken March 1st, 2025.
March 1st, okay.
Very early morning, like 4:27 a.m. local Mars time, so pre-dawn.
Wow, okay. Pre-dawn on Mars, what exactly are we seeing in this shot?
Well, the main subject is Deimos. That's the smaller, more distant of Mars's two moons.
Deimos, right.
And, it wasn't just one quick picture. Because it was so dark, Perseverance actually took 16 separate photos.
16.
Yeah, each one a 3.28-second exposure, then it combined them all. So about 52 seconds total exposure time.
Okay, 16 shots stacked together. That's pretty complex work for a robot millions of miles away.
Mm-hmm.
What does the final image look like?
Well, there's this sort of soft haze you can see, probably just the thin Martian atmosphere, and maybe a bit of digital noise that happens with long exposures, especially in low light.
Makes sense. Any stars visible?
Definitely. Some of those bright specks are actual stars. The info points out Regulus and Algieba, which are in the constellation Leo.
Ah, Leo. Okay.
And there's an annotated version out there, too, which labels the stars and obviously points right at Deimos. Makes it easier to spot.
Right. And where was Perseverance actually parked when it took this?
It was sitting near a feature called Woodstock Crater, about 750 meters from it. And it was on its way towards another spot, Witch Hazel Hill.
Woodstock Crater and Witch Hazel Hill. Love the names. Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about Deimos itself. What's the story with this moon?
So Deimos, it was discovered way back in 1877 by Asaph Hall. It's really, really small.
How small?
Only about 12 kilometers or like 7.5 miles wide. It's actually one of the tiniest moons in the whole solar system.
Wow.
And it doesn't look like our moon at all. It's, lumpy, irregular. It looks much more like an asteroid, honestly.
An asteroid.
Yeah, the leading theory is that it is probably a captured asteroid. Mars's gravity just snagged it a long, long time ago.
Huh. A captured asteroid moon. That says something about the early solar system, doesn't it?
It really does. How planets formed, how they got their companions. It's a piece of that puzzle.
So how far out does it orbit?
It's about 23,500 kilometers or 14,600 miles above Mars, and it zips around in roughly 30 hours.
Okay. So cool picture, interesting moon.
Mm-hmm.
But Perseverance is up there for bigger reasons, right? What's the main mission?
Oh, absolutely. Perseverance is the core of the Mars 2020 mission. Its main job is astrobiology.
Astrobiology, so looking for life.
Signs of ancient life, specifically. Ancient microbial life. Trying to figure out if Mars, ever could have supported life in the past.
And how does taking pictures of moons help with finding microbes?
Well, the Deimos picture itself isn't, directly looking for microbes. But it helps us understand the whole Martian system better. Perseverance is studying the geology, the past climate.
To see if it was habitable.
Exactly. And understanding the environment includes things like the moons. But the really crucial part, Perseverance is collecting samples.
Ah, the rock and soil samples, regolith, right?
Yep. Scooping them up and caching them, sealing them in tubes for a future mission to hopefully bring back to Earth.
That's the Mars Sample Return Program, the one with ESA, the European Space Agency.
That's the one. It's a huge international effort, and it all feeds into NASA's bigger picture,
The Mars Exploration Program and the whole Moon to Mars strategy.
Exactly. Using the moon with the Artemis missions as a stepping stone to eventually getting humans to Mars. This science, these samples, they're all part of that long-term plan.
And who's actually driving the rover, so to speak?
That's NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL. They built it and they operate it, managed by Caltech.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive, Perseverance snapped this really neat, detailed picture of tiny Deimos. It gives us a nice view of the Martian system, but it's also happening while the rover does its main job exploring Mars's past and collecting those vital samples.
Right. And, just thinking about it, the light from Deimos traveled all that way to the rover's camera, then the image data traveled all the way back here.
Yeah.
It's this, tangible connection across space. All just because we're curious and want to know what's out there. Makes you wonder what else is waiting, right?
Yeah.
Just beyond our current view.